Good morning. My name is Dannyelle Jordan Bailey, a proud representative of the St. Hugh's High School, and I am contending for the position of Region 1's Assistant Vice President. A genuine leader is not a searcher of consensus, but a molder of consensus. Martin Luther King Jr. This very profound speech simply means that in order to lead, one must create a stable and integrated environment for all individuals to contribute their best for the good of all. The National Secondary Students' Council provides leverage and a means for students all across Jamaica to do just this. Through serving as Region 1's Assistant Vice President, I will ensure to apply the leadership skills I have developed through serving as President of my school's United Nations Youth Association, Second Vice President of the Debating Society, as well as the Students' Council Representative and Secretary. Furthermore, through the service work conducted with the Evermickle Foundation and a plethora of other organizations, both locally and regionally, I have gained the emotive requirements that allow me to empathize with those who do not have the means of advancing their capabilities, whether it be socially or academically. In order to effectively carry out the position of AVP, I will ensure to promote social sustainability through providing a creative and stable environment for socio-academic growth and transformation. This will be done by incorporating the following measures into the agenda of the NSSC. 1. Implementation of academic student boards across the Region 1 constituency. By doing this, each school will be given the opportunity to establish a board constituting of both members of the NSSC and the school community. This will include, but not be limited to, their intellectual development. But it will also consist of termly meetings with members of the school staff aimed at rectifying any academic deficits that the students may observe, whether it be lack of involvement in STEM subjects or the visual and performing arts. 2, the development of an online student resource bank for the students and by the students. These resources will not be restricted to that of academic resources, but resources that can aid in a student's emotional development to alleviate stress. While this will consist of school resources beyond the Caribbean borders, it will also provide students with information about their mental health, how to find a therapist in Jamaica, and other hotlines they may contact in times of need or emotional distress. 3, the facilitation of financial development workshops. It is with great importance that, as my role as AVP, I ensure that the finances of the NSSC are appropriately managed. It is also of importance that the members of the executive body are able to plan constructive events in this new communication modality that aid in the council's development. With that, as AVP, I will create and accumulate individuals who specialize in financial development to conduct workshops for members of the council. The aims presented today are not just words on paper, but rather ideas that will become a reality. In addition, it is indispensable that the implementation of academic boards, student resource banks, and financial workshop policy begins with a stable foundation. The social and academic knowledge that I have acquired from my executive positions have allowed me to add voice and present various challenges faced by those deprived of their needs. I'm able to communicate with individuals in order to create and maintain deep connections and undertake common challenges that require common solutions. Furthermore, these skills allow me to integrate various policies that essentially aid in the development of the council. My name is Dannyelle Jordan Bailey, and I approve this message. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. My name is Darryl Scott. I am vying for the position of Region 1 Assistant Vice President / Treasurer, and I am from St. George's College. I believe that through knowledge and discipline, financial peace is possible for all of us. This code speaks to me as I aim to spread knowledge and bring about financial stability. Good day again. My name is Darryl Scott. I'm vying for the position of Region 1 Assistant Vice President and Treasurer. I am hardworking, dedicated, passionate, and committed to the cause of the Students' Council. I am the president of my debating club and United Nations Society. In my time of being the president, within 2 months of being revamped, we have claimed accolades for the school. I am also the president of my environmental club. I am the treasurer for many different clubs at my school, such as the ISCF, the Science Club, the 4-H Club, and I have just finished my tenure as the Sixth Form Association's treasurer. These positions have helped to mold me into the perfect fit for this role. I would seek to implement fundraising drive for students who may still be without devices needed for online learning. This would be a region-wide effort to attain and distribute these devices to the different schools. A list would be provided by the presidents of the different school students' council using a needs basis. The government issued a estimate of 40,000 devices starting in October of 2020. This is a good initiative that we can all applaud, but we have further to go. I'll ensure to raise funds for many different events that we may have. This seems a bit general, right? Let me tell you how I'll do this. I'll ensure to sensitize all students' council about the student council contribution that is to be given to the NSSC, so they become aware of this and can contribute it where necessary. I would also employ pop-up virtual and if feasible in-school workshops for each student's councils. The roles that I have over the years have helped me to gain the experience and expertise to carry such a task. I would not be the only one doing this, however. Professionals would be hired to assist and help with these presentations, as we all need a helping hand, and financial stability is the key for our daily lives. Another goal I hope to employ along with my vice president is to ensure that all schools in the region has a active or getting closer to being functional student council at the end of my tenure. To promote different projects while taking into consideration the possible COVID restrictions at this time. This would be as follows: where students with a weaker student council, where schools that weaker students council are able and willing to participate, they will be paired with executive members of their schools with a more prominent and active students council. This would foster interaction, and at the same time, students would learn different tips and tricks about advocacy and being a student council member, and given encouragement along the road, as no man is an island and no man stands alone. End of month virtual activities. At the end of each month, virtual activities would be conducted, which would facilitate all schools in the region, whether it be a movie day, talent show, open mic, chit chats, mental checkups, panel discussions, and even training sessions. This would keep regional interactions alive, and members of the school students council will not feel so alone and isolated, as the pressures that they face may become overbearing. They can find commonality not only with the dynamic of their councils, but also with the different challenges and issues they may face. They find that they are not the only one facing these issues. Now, as I stated, all of these are possible with me, with Scott. I'm dependable, willing, and easy to be called upon. And I leave you with this quote: our destiny is not written for us, but it is written by us. So remember, with this choice, you'll write your destiny. Make the right choice. Vote for Scott. And remember, you can do a lot with Scott. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, candidates. You have now reached the question and answer segment. You will each be getting 3 questions. The question will be read once and only once, depending on the length of the question. You will each be given 30 seconds to answer each question. The question will be read, and then in the same order that you read your manifesto is in which you will answer. You will each be getting the same questions. So we will start with Dannyelle Jordan, and then Darrell will follow. Your first question: explain one strategy you plan to utilize to ensure the compliance of local councils regarding the collection of views.
I think with this question, the time is of essence. People like to stay within the constraints of a specific amount of time. So I will ensure to give members participating schools of the Students' Council a set time in which they are expected to pay the dues and ensure that they follow within that time constraint.
Thank you, Dannyelle Jordan. Darrell, go ahead.
Okay, so as mentioned in my manifestos, I will make them aware of this because a lot of schools don't understand the gravity that this holds, and they don't understand that they should pay it, and also allow them to get contribution from their council members, because if you don't have it, you cannot give it. So I'll teach them different tips and tricks to get a better contribution within their own council, so they can have that surplus to give us, and they can have for whatever they need in their council.
Thank you. Your next question: what special projects will you coordinate to solicit support to students facing financial challenges? I'll read it again. What special projects will you coordinate to solicit support to students facing financial challenges? Dannyelle Jordan?
Although not presented in my manifesto, as a council, we can conduct online short courses in which individuals who are participating will have to pay for, and we can also conduct online talent shows in which contestants would have to pay for. And this money can be used to go towards students, not just a part of the Students' Council, but across the Region 1 constituency who do not have the various financial means to develop themselves and to purchase the necessary resources. So it's a kind of a fundraiser in some sense, in which the money that is made throughout these events will be used and given to them and distributed evenly across the members of the student body who do not have the necessary financial means.
Darrell?
So for me, firstly, I would get a list of everyone that needs something and assess what they need and find different ways to get to them. I implore different fundraising drives. I'll work with organizations to get grants and funds so they can have a better need a better assistance. And I will also different fundraising drives, different pop-up things, different workshops that people would have to pay so that funds can go to those persons in need.
All right, your final question. As a member of the Regional Council, how do you plan to improve the relationship between the regional and local councils? Dannyelle Jordan?
In this question, communication is key in order to ensure that communication is effective and that the bond is strengthened between the council. It needs to be ensured that I call various executive members of the other councils to ensure that they're aware of the NSSC and are aware that we're trying to reach out to them so that the bond and the relationship between the councils can be strengthened. So in this situation, I would specifically reach out to them and say, hey, this is something that we're trying to do. We're trying to strengthen the bond between the councils. And in order to do that, I'm trying to see if you're on the same page with me to ensure that we can go at the same pace and kind of grow stronger and stronger as it progresses.
Mr. Scott?
Okay, so for me, I would also want to build a relationship with each of these persons. That may seem a bit strenuous because it's an entire region, but I believe it can be done because otherwise there'll be a name in a phone book or a name in your phone and you don't really know these persons. And when you get a relationship with these persons, you can now understand that, oh, this is the reason why this person is drawing away, this is the reason why this person is not as active, and we can build on that and work with that. So fostering long-lasting bonds with them, that would be the best way, I think, to go about doing that.
All right, thank you, candidates. This is the end of your manifesto presentation.